Good afternoon. We're here for the Mayor's Criminal Court Clerk budget hearing. Thanks for coming this afternoon. I've been making a brief statement at the beginning of each one of these just for since somebody might watch each one individually. Over the last couple of years, we've had significant increases in revenue, $220 million, I think, in round numbers, which has allowed the city to do some enhancements and improvements in departments across the board. This year, we don't anticipate we'll have that level of increase, so we've, through the finance department, communicated that that departments and offices should submit a status quo budget. That way, we can stay within the tax rate we currently have, the $3.15 in the Urban Services District. Nevertheless, we think we can continue to provide the same level of service to the community at that budget level. So I'm joined today by the Finance Director, Talia Lomax O'Neill, and the City's Chief Strategy Officer, Brian Kelsey. Mr. Gentry, if you could introduce yourself and your staff that's with you and give us a brief presentation. We might have a few questions at the end.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
My name is Howard Gentry. I'm the Criminal Court Clerk. To my left is Nina Tucker, our Director of Finance. And to my right is Judy Sloss, our newly hired Chief Deputy Clerk. You probably saw him in here a few minutes ago with the Juvenile Court Clerk, and we're happy to have him. This is my 7th budget hearing and my first before my former colleague and now my mayor, Mr. Bradley. And first thing I'd like to do is just thank our 86 FTEs right now for doing an outstanding job in the Criminal Court Clerk's office and also the Warren Barn office. You know, we're only as good as our employees, and our employees are amazing, and so a big thank you to them. In my previous report to the mayor, we had implemented several new initiatives, and we have finally been able to compile some data over the year. It's still an ongoing process, and so I just kind of like to talk briefly about some of the things that we've done over the last few years and bring you up to date to where we are. We implemented online payment. It went live in December of 2016. Prior to that, the only cases that had online payments were state trooper tickets, and as a result of our web payments that we have now, we've increased from 707 transactions to approximately, 5,009 transactions. And so we've also increased from $27,000 in payments to $950,000, almost $951,000 in payments. This year alone, we've already processed 3,884 web payments for over $932,000, and so we're already on pace to surpass 2017's totals, which is a good sign. It means that process is working. Also, 3 years ago, we were given an opportunity to create a compliance division in our office, and thus far in that division we were given an opportunity also to bring in 5 employees. And of course, compliance, we call it compliance rather than collections, because once the judge gives us a disposition, it's their responsibility to comply, and it's not always about money. And so in that office we have employees that actually sit with our customers, and they fill out forms if they're indigent, and we process them. And once we do that, we determine how they can be helped. Through that process, since February 1st, we have released over 1,200 driver's license. We also have over 1,100 persons on payment plans. 439 parties have actually paid in full as a result of coming in and talking to our compliance officers. And right now the division has generated over $790,000 over this past year, so it is working. Now, hopefully it'll get better over the years, but it is working now. And also in March 2017, we began giving parties notice of costs in our general sessions courtrooms. Now, that might seem like, why hadn't, I mean, that's not a big deal. It's a huge deal. Because prior to March of 2017, once a person's case had been determined, they left the courtroom without really knowing how much they owed. And within 48 hours, we sent them a postcard, and then the collection process starts. But now they're able to get that information right on the spot, and it has produced savings on costs of postage and staff time, but also gives them an opportunity to come to us and information more immediately, and we think that that is good. And also we have a PIP. That was a collaborative effort between juvenile court and circuit court for our electronic filing systems, and we expect that system to come up in 2019. It'll allow attorneys to file electronically, allow us to share documents between the courts and the different agencies. And so I have to give JIS a real big kudos on all the technology that they're allowing us to or helping us to come forward with, because it allows us to be able to serve more efficiently and effectively. And so we're excited about that. Some more of our accomplishments, and I won't be too much longer, but we've handled more than 79,000 general session cases this year. We've docketed over 221,000 in both general sessions and state trial courts. We processed this year just under 27,000 expungements, but that's double where it was when we took office in 2011. And, you know, one day I hope that number comes down, but no time soon do I believe that's going to happen. We still continue to go out to the community on the weekends and even during the week and provide expungements and help with the expungement days across the community. And so that is an amazing thing that's happening in our courts. And we've also worked with the police department, and now once you complete traffic school, those defendants don't have to come back to court or come to court, and we don't have to set a court date. So if they complete the program, they don't have to return to court. And of course that also includes them not having to have the cost of courts. But yeah, lose a little revenue, but we also don't have to deal with that situation a lot. And in our goals, we just want to assist as many individuals as we can with court cost initiatives and having their license or not having their license suspended. And also we want to continue to give a facelift to our website. We're actually going to create a virtual assistant where they can navigate our website and be able to deal with the most frequently asked questions and situations, and that's coming forward pretty soon. And speaking of our website, 3 years ago it won, it was the top 10 nationally. Last year we won the top 10 internationally with our website, so we want to improve it, because every time we improve it, it serves the public and our constituents a lot better. We also want to enhance our collection and compliance efforts and just continue to provide professional clerical services to justice-related agencies and the public at large. And so that's our history and also where we want to go.
I guess first thing I just want to say, I want to go back to the PIP, but I haven't said anything about this e-filing PIP that you all brought forward a couple of years ago.
Yes.
It was really an impressive collaboration amongst all parties and has been a tremendous success, because from a finance department perspective, in prior years I would have gotten 4 separate budget requests for 4 separate products to kind of customize a deliverable, but instead you all got together and decided that you could do it more efficiently and how to implement that best for the city. So it has been impressive to just kind of watch how you guys have managed that process.
Well, thank you.
It really has. I have to give you kudos for that.
Well, I appreciate that, and we also have, fortunately, we have Julius still on board. He was with juvenile court when we started, so it's really a value added to have him still in that process.
So I just needed to say that.
Thank you
for the record, and then I want to talk to you about jail fees
Okay.
and potential impact of the legislation. Can you just speak to the
Yeah, I can
audience
speak
about
to
that?
it,
Speak to that
and
just
Nina,
briefly.
you're going to finally have to talk.
Well,
And,
I have to ask. Well, you know, and part of the legislation actually requires that I check in with departments to see if there are cost savings even that might be able to be achieved as a result of that. And there may not be any. I don't know, but I just want to check in.
Well, with
with you
jail
on that.
fees, really, it affects revenue, but not in any great regard.
Yeah.
Yeah, jail fees originally were $44 a day, and
Right.
effective July 1st, that's going to go away.
Right.
It is going to be an impact on the revenue, but maybe not as large as we think it's going to be, because a lot of those jail fees were being waived by judges because they were so large. So I do think we're going to have to, monitor that just to see what the impact's going to be. I didn't bring those numbers with you. I'm sorry I didn't bring those numbers with me, but we had a revenue that we projected on that took into account that we weren't going to collect those revenues. So that's part of why the projection.
200-something.
200.
That's what I'm just wondering. You
Yeah.
know, what did you collect last year, for example? You think it's a neighborhood of 200,000? It doesn't have to be precise.
I think it might. I think, if I remember correctly, I think it was around 200-some-odd-thousand that it will be affected
Okay.
by that. But
Okay.
y'all know me. I mean, you know, it's
Sometimes you have to
for
do
a
the right
person to
thing.
have to sit in the jails because they can't afford to get out and then incur jail fees. So
Sometimes
many
it's
of them
just-
we don't charge them anyway.
Right.
Because they get it waived and what have you.
I just want to make sure we understand
The jail fees are
revenue
part
impact.
of a line item in the budget as fines and costs. So that includes several different costs that we assess. I should have brought those numbers with me, but I've turned them into. Do you have them, Julia?
I'm sure the
sorry.
budget office has them. I just
Yes.
didn't know if you wanted to particularly take a
Well, we
take a
actually
moment
had-
to speak to it.
We actually had to do a report
Yeah.
and turn it in. We just don't have it with us.
Yeah.
But again, you know,
Yeah.
it might hurt a little bit, but it's probably the right thing to do. It's revenue that comes. It doesn't really come to our office.
Right.
We collect.
What we
Just do the
collect.
collection.
General fund.
Right.
Yeah,
Yes.
and so it affects, I guess, the metro budget,
Right.
general fund more
Yeah.
than us personally. But
Yeah.
it's probably moved. It's the right
Well, I mean,
direction to take. Yeah.
That's why it passed.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
On the Tennessee cost reimbursement line item on revenue, is that just conservative budgeting, the difference there? Because I saw that in 17 you budgeted well below what came in actual.
Yeah, my projections last year, I projected too high. That was on me. The volume of cases in state trial courts has come down, and that was something I should have taken more into consideration. The state is paying on time. In the past, we've had trouble getting the funds from the state because they got behind, because there's 95 counties in the state of Tennessee they're trying to keep up with. But last year, I projected too high on that. So this year, I think I'm more in line with the number of state trial court cases that we're going to be calculating cost on and getting the funds from the state of Tennessee.
Okay, thank you.
And you know, Nina wants to take responsibility for that, but it's very difficult for a finance person in our office to figure out how cases are going to flow in the courtrooms and how many people are going to get arrested, how many people are going to come to trial. We've got to do a projection, and you know, it just doesn't always flow the way that maybe the previous years did. And so, yeah, I mean, I'll accept her statement that it's her fault, but it's a shot in the dark, and she's done very well over the years of predicting what that will be, but it requires more data than we have to work with. Yes.
Well, we might be able to help with data.
Yes.
So I just want to say thanks for the hard work of you and your team. I think think y'all are doing a fine job, so I appreciate it very much. And I share your sense that declining revenues are not always a bad thing, that if it's part and parcel of keeping people out of the system or lifting people up out of a bad situation, that's something we ought to accept as a necessary consequence of that overall effort. So thank you for your work, and look forward to working with you next year on the budget as well.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.